Topic number 4. Document to obtain immediately after buying land. Real estate asset is immobile. As a result, it is important one obtain the right documents upon purchase of landed property, be it house or vacant plot of land. Having carried out due diligence and purchased the land, the documents to obtain varies depending on the location of the land and ownership status. As we go further, you understand what you are saying about this, because ownership status of land varies. So when we go deeper, you see what I mean by ownership status. So the type of document you obtain when you have bought a land, it depends on the state, the size of the land. There are so many variables that will determine what the seller of the land or house will give you. So the following are the documents to obtain immediately after buying land. Then you have all title documents. You have carried out due diligence, you have purchased the land, all original documents. This include be it C of O, R of O, governor's consent, allocation letter, excision, registered survey plan, also known as TDP. Just all the titles as discussed depends on the title the land has. If somebody sell land for you and when you are doing due diligence, he didn't have C of O, he will not give you C of O. He will only give you what he has. That is why we studied what is obtainable, so that you know what you are going to ask for when you buy land. Okay, this is what we mean by survey plan. You understand me? That is, sometimes they call it TDP. Go back to survey plan. Now I'm discussing this. So this is what they mean by survey plan. This document normally is part of the original document they will give you. I put it here because when we did lecture last time, I didn't show you what TDP looks like. This is what is called TDP. Can anybody here give the full meaning of TDP? Don't look at it. Don't use Google phone. Can anybody tell us the meaning of TDP? TDP is called Technical Deeds Plan. Technical Deeds Plan. You are very close to it. Next time I ask a question like this, maybe somebody will get a prize. If you start try. So next slide. Okay, contract of sales. Every day we all engage in a contract. Either we are buying phone, or we are buying eyelashes, or we are buying shoes. They are all contracts. But if you are buying land, it is inevitable that you make proper contract of sale. I think blessings have been seen, all the ones we prepared when we sold our properties. So contract of sale normally is prepared by a lawyer, a legal binding agreement between a buyer and a seller. It states the terms and conditions of sales, protects both parties, ensures a smooth and secure transaction, must include consideration, amount of the sale. Consideration, there are supposed to be a bracket here. Sometimes you see legal documents, instead of using amount, they say consideration. They are saying the same thing. So if you carry a contract of sale and you see where they say consideration for this contract is so amount, they are saying the same thing. It's just talking about the amount of money you paid for the property. Is that clear? Okay. Then includes the terms of payment. Of course, we have a case here where somebody bought property and is paying instrumentally. All those things have to be included in the contract of sales. These are prepared just to protect yourself and even protect the buyer, so that you don't have case for unnecessary legal issues. These documents are best prepared by lawyers. Is that understood? Please, if any of you have a relation, as I'm telling you, I want you to begin to transfer the knowledge you are getting from this sharing to your people around you, your friends, your family members. Let them know that you are now in a new industry and you know more. Is that understood? So your relation or whoever is related to you is buying land, tell them there's need for you to make contract of sale. As this man was asking the last week, if you bought a land and you do have proper documentation and contract of sale, you are just maybe running a charity. Is that clear? Deed of assignment, legal document that transfers ownership of land from one party to another. In the document, the seller is the assigner and the buyer is the assignee. Must be properly registered in a court by a lawyer. A seal must be affixed to it, must be signed by both parties. There must be a witness. What deed of assignment does is this: I am selling this house, it belongs to me. After the sale, we have signed contracts. I'm transferring my power to the person that bought the place. Is it understood? It transfers, you transfer the property to that person. That is what empowers the person. Okay, he can say, okay, I have this property, I bought it from Mr. Peter, it is now my own. That's the main essence of deed of assignment. Is that understood? Yes. Next slide. Power of attorney. Can you imagine that you bought a property from somebody and you cannot do whatever you want with the property? Let's say I'll give you an example, please. Let's say you bought a plot of land from somebody and the person is saying, okay, this plot of land, you cannot build a mosque inside, maybe because of his faith or something. So power of attorney, in a nutshell, you see, is a legal document prepared by lawyers where it is the document. In the document, seller is referred to the donor, buyer is referred to as the donee. Empowers the donee to do whatever the person or organization want to do with the land. Authorizes the donee to register the land in land registry. Gives the donee to change the name of the title. Please, give the donee power to change the name on the title. Allows the donee to sell and transfer rights to another party. If you take a typical power of attorney, blessing, please, after this lecture, those are our power of attorney. Just delete the names, not the signed one. Just the draft. Delete the names of the party concerned. Post them on our platform. Contract of sale, deed of assignment, and power of attorney, so that everybody will have a better understanding of what we are saying. So basically, what power of attorney does is that enables you that purchase a property to do whatever you want with it. If you like, you can resell it, you can build house, you can rent it out, you can do Airbnb and all that. That is the main work of power of attorney. We signed all these three documents with the people that we did transactions with in the past few months. Is that okay? Yes, sir. If you want to register a land, like FCT now, you want to register a land you bought from somebody, so that if they go to Abuja Geographic Information System to check the status of that land, they want to see your name that have bought from, let's say, Miss Blessing. You have bought the land from Blessing, and you want, if they go to Aegis to check the status of that land, it is this power of attorney that you take to Aegis with the documents of the land. Initially, you will go with photocopy. They may require that you bring the original so that they cite them. You understand? It is the power of attorney that they will use to register and change the title of that land to your name. In fact, in some cases, they will not issue you a new C of O. The C of O or R of O will still bear the original allotee, but it will be recorded in Aegis or land registry that this land now belongs to you. Anybody expressing interest on the land, they will tell the person that this is the rightful owner of the land. Okay, Okay, if one is buying land from estate developer, there may be need for a separate survey plan for the particular area being bought. Global survey plan is part of the original document already discussed above. Features of a survey plan specifies the coordinates of the plot, shows the length, breadth, and total size of the plot, indicates other adjoining plots, shows access road to the plot, used to locate the plot using GPS or other survey instrument. Why I brought this thing here again is this. All along, if you look at what we have been discussing, we are talking of when you buy land, maybe from secondary market, or you buy land from somebody who is selling the whole land to you. Okay, in our own case now, we have DeMarc Royal Estate. We bought from people, and we have carved it out into separate plots to build different type of houses. So if somebody is buying from us, let's say somebody is buying 400 square meter, can we carry the whole document and give the person? No. You understand? So what they do is that they carve out plots, but the estate developer will now, through his surveyor, prepare a separate survey plan for that particular one that you bought. Is that understood? So, but typically, any survey plan, whether it's for that small size or even the entire plot, it has all these features. Do you understand me? It has coordinates. The position, what they mean by coordinate is the point on which the land is sitting. We all agree that whether, no matter what happens, this area we are staying, this suit, this land will never change. That's what they are talking about, coordinates. Do you understand me? So a typical survey plan will contain all these features. Another question, what is GPS? Anybody? It's an instrument, but what is GPS? You have not explained what is GPS. Full meaning of GPS. Any other person that can try?
Geographical plan system.
Any other person? Any other person? Stella, try now. You are not saying anything. No, I want you. See, I want somebody to tell me the full meaning of GPS.
Global positioning system. Global positioning system.
Okay, you are right. That is what it means. We're all hearing about it on about communication and all that. So GPS is global positioning system. If you go to buy, let's say they give you a survey plan now, somebody say he has a plot of land to sell. In most cases, like the one we bought, is a bush. You cannot go there with things like total station that surveyors use, that you can mount at one place and take 4 points. For you to do that, it means the place have to be cleared so that the surveyor can have access to use the instrument. So what they use to check the land, if it is a forest or you go a place where you have you don't have clear access to use total station, what they use is GPS. With it now and the coordinate on the survey plan, you come, it will be showing you the different beacons on the land. That is what you use. That was what we used when we were going to inspect Kagini side, because as at then the place was a bush, it's not yet cleared. Do you understand me? So I want to use this avenue to explain certain things to you. When I was working in my former company before I established this company, one of my boss, he wanted to buy a land. So the agents brought him to a land that is very, very close to the road. That's the land you are marketing. Do you understand me? They brought him in front of the express and said, this is the land. So they did the negotiation, everything. He paid for the land. So he now decided to do perimeter fence on the land. So the day he came to start the work to do the perimeter fencing, some soldiers came and drove all the people away. What happened? It's not that they didn't sell land to him, but where the land is, they told him that this is your land. It's not where the land is. The land is inside the bush. How do you overcome this? You use GPS. So if somebody come and say, come just here and tell you in front of this place, this is the land I want to sell to you, how do you verify? You use GPS. You must check the position of the land with GPS. Do you understand me? For you to be sure. If not, they will sell a bush that nobody can access in the next 10 years to you as a land that is in express. So it was when they now went and brought GPS. They started with the survey plan. They started tracing the land. They found out that the land is far at the back. So that is the work of GPS. Please advise people. You understand? Educate people once you are discussing with people. So even in trying to buy land, the work starts with knowing the exact position of the land they want to sell to you. If not, they can come and point at somebody's land and say, this is it. Or let's say you have the mind. Because that man, when he was buying the place, he wanted to build a house and leave that place. But at the place they sold to him, it's not a place he could have gone and built house at that time. So that is the work of GPS and survey plan. Yes, they will give you this thing they call TDP or survey plan. TDP is the same thing as survey plan. And you now use GPS. It's just like this remote. You understand me? You go to the site, you'll be moving, a surveyor will assist you. You'll be moving. When you reach one beacon, it will show you. Until you go around, you now see the position of the land. That is even when you need to do all this before you go to negotiation table. Negotiation is a topic we'll discuss some other day. Because it is where the land, that is the position of the land, that's location. That is what commands the value of the land. Is that correct? So even before somebody tell you, say, this thing is on a third road, there's water, there's light, check that position is correct first. Do you understand? Okay, next slide. Okay, evidence of payment. If you bought land from people, official receipt from the seller. Apart from receipt, keep all other evidence of payment. If you made bank transfer, keep the slips for record purposes. Note that your bank transfer slip does not replace receipt from the buyer. Because issues come up. You pay somebody money, good and fine. The person can even turn later and say you gave him a loan, you didn't buy land from him. So there should be official receipt. Sale of, let's say, 2,000 square meter of land for so amount. They write it, you sign, the person will sign, you keep it. But still keep, if you made transfer, still keep all those things intact. Because issue can come up tomorrow. You never know whether the one that will help you to win your case, if case come up. Is that understood? Okay. Okay. Grant of probate and letter of administration. You see, I want to this is legal document issued by probate register in a court, required to manage the property of a deceased person that left a will, usually granted to executor of a will, It is an authority that validates the power. In Nigeria, probate registry is under the supervision of High Court, granted in the jurisdiction within the state. Letters of administration is similar to grant of probate, but is issued to the next of kin or somebody that died without a valid will. What this thing is saying is this: you know, somebody can die and left a will and say, okay, this is how my property will be shared. You people should listen carefully, because somebody, for example, the son of somebody, of a man that have died, his son can go and carry the document for the land and say, this land belongs to my father, come and buy. If you buy, you on your own. Because if the man made a will and say the land belongs to the daughter, you are in trouble. So this is the kind of document that they use if somebody died. That is a grant of probate. If somebody died and left a will, so normally they will apply to the court to give them the power. They will read the will, they will interpret it, and they will act based on what is in the will. Please note, the fact that somebody is a child of somebody who is late or is a wife may not grant that person access to sell the person's property. Their procedure, this thing I'm telling you, like reading the will, going to the court to obtain this permission, is a whole process of its own. It has to be followed. So if you are buying land, for example, the land was allocated to somebody who is already late, you have to present, you have to collect all these documents. You understand me? Even if they give you the original papers and the person is no longer alive, you need to collect all these documents from them to perfect the land title. Is that correct? Is that understood? Okay. Any land you buy from village is not land. No, it's not even issue of FCT. Any land, myself, I have a plot of land in the village, but I know that it's not a land yet. We said it now. 1978 Land Use Act entrusts every land to the state government and the FCT. So if you buy land from villagers, the first thing you have to do is that you have to go from the beginning. You call a surveyor. A surveyor will do the survey plan and produce what you have discussed, TDP or survey plan. You take it to land registry and register it. Then you apply for first R of O or C of O, depending on what is obtainable in the state. That is when the land belongs to you. You understand me? So if you buy land from village, you just bought land. Of course, they can give you agreement and all that from the villagers. But if you haven't taken the land to land registry for it to be processed and registered, you are on your own. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. What I want to ask is that in a situation whereby, in FCTA here, in a situation whereby someone purchased a land, along the line, the person died, and someone now came and want to buy the land from the children. Does it mean that they will get this kind of document?
Yes, that's what I'm said before now. You understand me? That is what I said before. That the fact that somebody is late does not mean that anybody can sell his or her property. The person must have left a will. You understand me? If he didn't leave, that is why if you fill any form that has to do with financial something, they will say put next of kin. Do you understand me? So if the person didn't leave a will, then that is when you start thinking of letter of administration. Do you understand me? So it doesn't mean that somebody died, anybody can sell his property. No, no matter how close you are to the person. What counts in most cases is the will, or if there's no will, the person must have a next of kin. Does that answer the question? Then perfecting of land title. Having completed the land purchase and collected all necessary documents, one should apply to the land registry for the land to be registered in his or her name. The application letter is normally accompanied by photocopies of the land titles and the transfer document. Some organizations may require the original copies for citing purposes only. Perfecting land title ensures that any individual organization expressing interest on the land will be informed you are the real owner. This is part of what I have said before. Do you understand me? Even after you have done all this, you have collected the documents, you still need it to take to the relevant authority. Let them register it on your name. That is where the power of attorney comes into force, especially in FCT here. Other places they may use deed of assignment or letter of conveyance, but until you follow this process and get the land registered in your name, you can build house and everything, but in the eyes of the government, is that person that the name is in system that is still the owner of the land. Is that understood? So that's about that. Next. Okay, recommendation. If you own a property, I would recommend that you scan all the documents and save and have them saved in electronic system. Hard copy should be kept in a safe where it cannot be easily damaged. These measures are necessary because the process of proving you are the owner of a landed property with lost or damaged documents can be very tedious and cumbersome. Do you understand me? So, as we discussed, you cannot say, okay, this land is my own. I want to carry it to here. What you have is document. So, take all necessary measures. This is my own recommendation, please. Do you understand me? And this is what we do. Every of our documents, we have them scanned in electronic copy and we put the original copies in the safe. Even if there is fire outbreak, the documents are safe. Go to the next slide. At the end of the day, remember your hard-earned money is involved. Please, know whether it's, let me tell you people something. Do you people now know, like, this area, this central area, how much they are selling, like, even 1,000 square meter of land? It's a big money. But years back, 20, 30 years ago, when people came here, they were even coming to beg people, come and buy land, or people did not buy. So whatever you have, you may be saying, this is just a small piece of land. It can turn to be something great tomorrow. But if you can't prove that it belongs to you, it becomes difficult. Please, look at your money. Look at every asset, any landed property you have as a very vital asset. It may not be now. It may be 10, 20, 30, 40 years to come. You are seeing it that is something big, and you are looking for the documents that prove that you are the owner, and you cannot find it. So please, take this advice very seriously and extend it to people around you. Even you now, after this lecture, we can call your parents. That's your land you have. Where is the documents? Because we have had instances where somebody brought out property. He carried us to the land. This is my land. I want you to sell it for me. We say, okay, bring the original documents. Let us see. We find out that they cannot find the original document. So many things happen. Some people have used their land and carried the original document, deposit in the bank and collected loan. And they turn back and give you the documents. Come and say, sell for me. Maybe photocopy. Come and sell for me. Can you see the trouble there? So that means even if you are doing transaction with anybody, once the discussion has reached advanced stage, you understand me, you request for the original document. Please don't get yourself involved in a transaction that will lead into serious trouble, because even whether here or outside, you are working to earn 5% of a certain amount of money. In some cases, you are even many that shade the money. Abi, 5, 10 years later, they begin to call you, say, come, oh, there's trouble here. So please, next slide, and which is the final.